Penelope, who waited at home for her husband Ulysses for 10 years, was...
What are we thinking?
She was courted by a number of suitors who were quite pressing. They stayed at her house, eating her food and drinking her wine night after night, pressing her to choose one among them. And she put them off by saying she couldn't make a choice till she finished weaving the shroud she was making for her father-in-law. It's the shroud which she wove by day and unwove by night. Penelope unraveled. It's the weaving that keeps her going, guiding the wool-wrapped bobbins through sheds of warp, making each color, Tyrian purple, crimson kermes, blue woad, saffron, madder, flow smoothly into the next, beating each row into place, forming patterns she learned as a girl, borders of chimeras, centaurs, satyrs, small geometric figures her practiced fingers knew, listening to her women talk of lovers, lambings, babies teething, recipes for dyes and bread. The borders grow too fast. For the gray-eyed goddess who lends wisdom to her hands, she invents her own motif, a row of the little owls that silently perch on stone roof tiles, just as daylight fades. Unweaving is harder, slower. Nights she sits alone in lamp-lit silence, picking out the hard-packed weft, its deftly braided ends of thread and tiny hairs that cling like wires, trying not to note thin lines of age and darkening veins below her bony wrists, the lessening flow of monthly blood, or how, despite steady undoing, the shroud continues to grow. When shadows crowd the close-walled room, she pulls the shawl from her shoulders and steps into the courtyard air, where no slow, steady rhythm of handwork keeps her from seeing her husband lying cold on a thorny hill, or as she catches a breath of white jasmine, warm in another's bed. This poem is dedicated to the oldest of my three gorgeous red-headed granddaughters, to Lila. Redhead. At night I plait Lila's hair, wet and the color of damp earth here in the Sangre de Cristos. In the morning, as she combs it out, Botticelli's Venus rises, and Flora steps out from her wall in Pompeii. Where does it come from, this pheomelanin, source of our granddaughter's pre-Raphaelite glory? We review family histories, find chestnut, walnut, and honey, even one strawberry, but no copper or auburn gleams through our memories. Your science books say recessive genes for red hair can hide in our 16th chromosome, awaiting their perfect mates for countless generations. And with pride of authorship, you point to an altar boy father from Cork, a half-Scottish mother. But I, from an older tribe, claim glints of red in my father's sideburns, and a faint russet haze in Polaroids of my 4-year-old self, as evidence of distant descent from the house of Jesse, children of David, ruddy and beautiful countenance. In Barcelona, and somebody here should remember where this came from, might. Just as they, what?
We know.
Just as they'd emptied their third glasses of cava and mopped up the sauce from the anguillas and garlic, he licked the last drop off her little finger and passed her the tissue-wrapped box of rose gold hoops from Moscow's. And after the waiter crumbed the table and cleared the bottle, before the figs and cheese, she blushed her way back from the damas and handed him under the table a small damp ball of black silk. My final reading tonight is also dedicated to my husband. Wait till the rains stop. Don't go yet. Storms in this valley are brief, and I need to see where you planted the garlic, the lilies, and key to the safe, how to open the fireplace damper and shut the flue in spring. Tell me again about the ride to Mycenae, the sidecar and donkey, the girl in the artichoke cart, the thin white scar on your eyebrow, and the rest of the marionette's tale you started the night we slept on the beach. It's early, and the road through the gorge is slick, so let me bring out the goat cheese and olives, the last of the rosemary bread, and that bottle of Nuit Saint-Georges we brought back from Beaune in November. Don't go yet, while so much remains untold. Stay at least till the rain ends, and what happens next unfolds.